Ladies and gentlemen of the great nation, I am here to address that I still have not found a loophole for how I will be able to run for president. However, I am still going to go over bills and such and changes I'd like to make. Anyways, so let's move forward amicably. Um, the first thing I would like to address is I am tired of misleading coupons. I think this has become a serious issue here. Especially one where people don't always cut along the dotted lines of these coupons along their borders, and then their intentions become clear to rob or defame the coupon in such a way that is evil. And a clear example of this is a vehicle such as a Jeep. Buy one, get one free. Buy one Jeep, get one free, and then the rest it's cut out, and you assume it's another car. However, if you read the actual coupon, it might say something such as buy one Jeep, get one free oil change. And you can see the uh, malicious intentions there. And so that has become a problem. And however, that gave me a great idea. I think cars and houses should have coupons that are available. And I think if you have a buy one get one free house or car, or buy one get one half off, or buy one get one 20% off, I think it would really help the economy. It'd be booming economy if this was the case, and I intend to make it that way. I mean, can you imagine people's credit scores if you're making two payments on two vehicles or two houses or such? I think that this would be great, and it'd be much easier to get a job this way. And I think the credit scores would go through the roof, assuming that you print out the number with a decent sized font and you have an adequate amount of ink and paper, and assuming paper can penetrate the roof I'm referring to. And basically, the credit scores should go up vastly. Um, and the next thing I'd like to talk about is, you see how hard children work on their lemonade stands, and it really gets my eye tearing, not tearing, tearing. This eye is fake. I lost the real one doing the ice bucket challenge. I misunderstood the rules and regulations. But however, my point is just, I think with as hard as they work on the labor on these lemonade stands, they should be able to get, their parents should get a tax deduction for doing this. And I intend to make that happen. The next thing is, recent polls have shown that people with astigmatism or eye problems, they complain that it's so expensive to get these prescription glasses and equipment. And the recent polls have shown that most of them complain about these prices because they only need them for driving. They mostly use them in their car and no other various activities. And people are really incognizant of this information. And so what I intend to do is make it so for a small added fee, you can get prescription windshields for your cars, and this will help solve that problem. However, make sure the driver makes that aware to everyone that else who would want to borrow the car, that the windshield will be for prescription eyes only for that person's use. Um, the next problem I've came across, and I am very surprised to tell you this, surprised, and it's because it is a fundamental flaw in the grading system, and so many academic scholars out there. I am surprised that this did not become apparent, and I'm the first one to notice this. It's probably due to my expertise in linguistics. I know applied linguistics, sociolinguistics, psycholinguistics, computational linguistics, phonetics, semtax, all these various things, and it just bothers me. And at least I found this out, though. That's the important thing. The bottom line is, the alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, F, and they've taken out the letter E and gone straight to F, which is a big flaw, because therefore you can get an F, a failing grade, and It's been shown in studies that the highest percentile of failing grades for students is an F. And that would be harder to get to a failing grade if there was an E before it, which is how the alphabet is displayed. Therefore, I'm going to fix this problem. Grades will be easier to obtain good ones. If you're a C student, it would look a lot better on transcript this way, and GPAs would go up for the most part. It'd be harder to fail classes, so there you go. I'm going to change that for you. The next thing I'm going to do is, I've noticed in grocery stores they have a lot of great value brand foods and such items where you have like Oreos for $4, and then you have the cream cookies. Cub Foods is great value for maybe $2.50, and I think, okay, it's almost as good, but it's cheaper, which is the point. And I think I'm going to apply this to cinema. So movies will now get this. Like, for example, you get a movie like Bad Boys, and that's like $20, and now we'll do one for the great value, and it'll be called something like Bad Guys, and it will be, instead of starring the great Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, it'll star a cheaper cast, less great at acting cast, such as the Wayans brothers, and it'll have 10% less blood. It'll be $4 cheaper, and so it's almost the same movie, but definitely not as good. And another example of this would be like, instead of Mean Girls, we could call one maybe Rude Women, Cruel Women, or something. And instead of Lindsay Lohan and the others, it could be like Nicole Richie and her hairdressers or something. And it would be maybe like 20 minutes shorter, but basically the same storyline, and significantly cheaper. Maybe a whole 10%, which equate to like $1 or something cheaper. I think this would be a good idea to help out the economy. Next, I think commercials have become bothersome, not just because they're bad, but because there's so many. I think what I'll do here is I'll be in cooperation with the cable companies, and if depending on how much you want to pay for your cable, you can pay to make it either where it is now, or B, where your program will go, and then the remainder of that half-hour mark will be filled with commercials nonstop. Or the most expensive plan would be that you can eliminate commercials completely. And I think there shouldn't be any problem with this. I think this should have been done a long time ago. And this will solve that issue indefinitely. And it'll make more money for the cable companies, so it'll help with employment and such. That is what I've gotten for that, my ideas. Now I'd like to address another thing. People tell me, how am I qualified to run for president? And it just bothers me. I have a lot of accolades and credentials for this, besides my age being not 35 yet. Hoping someday I can become 35, or older to become president. And they tell me I need to do my research. And I tell them all the time that if I've searched once, I'm just not going to search again. It just doesn't make sense to me. If I've come to a conclusion, I don't understand that. People like to bring up bad things about me. I haven't paid taxes my whole life. No, but I have since I was 6. That is a good majority of my time that I've paid my taxes. Another thing is, I'm trained to perform CPR on any animal, not just humans. You get a problem, you get roadkill or something, I can be there. I can bring it back to life, most likely. I have this ability. I can do this, Anyways, I think one of the biggest things people really undermine when it comes to, they just don't give me my credit. I was born on election day, a presidential election day at that. I mean, people pretend that I'm just someone, but I can run this country. I can do a great job. Another thing is, I've been a chef for a long time, and I've never been involved in panhandling charges. I'm nothing, no panhandling charges on my record as a chef. And again, being a chef, I've never been involved in an oil spill scandal. it just goes to show people just don't, they don't want to listen, you know? It's, it's just one of those things, but it's okay. Everybody does want to be president. I'm clearly qualified, though. And the biggest thing to me that I just wish people understand is the biggest thing is I can answer any question. That's right. And this has been debated actually recently. Somebody asked me, oh, what's the capital of Quebec? I said it's a city. And then they asked me, well, what's the population of Nebraska? I said it's a number. And then, can you believe this, ladies and gentlemen and other, that they dare insult my intelligence by then asking me after those questions? They ask me, how do I split an atom of uranium-235? I said, are you serious? I mean, clearly, an atom of uranium-235 has an atomic mass of 92, therefore inexorably has 235 isotopes of protons. So all you need is to do the process of nuclear fission, which therefore you take a slow free-moving neutron and it will get inside of it, therefore releasing it as kinetic energy, breaking it apart into 2 or 3 smaller atoms of uranium-235, and it will obviously release protons, therefore adjacent to it, that'll be free-moving in the same matter through igmatic nature. I mean, my point is, I can answer any question. I'm very well qualified to run for you guys, so if I can find a loophole and get myself there, but despite my age problem, please vote for me. Thank you.